JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Hi guys. Before we go into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Jamaica supervisor killing a hit, cops theorized. A 71-year-old employee of bauxite company Jamaica was shot and killed, and a female assistant teacher injured following an attack at a bar in Western Park, Maple in Clarendon on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as Harry Hawthorne, a supervisor at Jamaica, and a resident of Glenhaven Close in Maypen, the parish capital. The police said they are following several leads, but initial investigations so far have pointed to the killing being a hit. The hit is not work-related, the police asserted. Reports are that around 8 p.m., Hawthorne and the assistant teacher were sitting inside the bar when a vehicle drove up and explosions were heard. Three alleged masked men subsequently entered the bar and opened gunfire hitting Hawthorne and the woman. The police said the men left the premises, but one returned and shot the injured Hawthorne in the head before escaping in a waiting motor vehicle. The bartender, who was assisting the victims, reportedly escaped unhurt. The police were summoned, and Hawthorne and the woman were taken to hospital, where Hawthorne was pronounced dead. Up to March 31, a total of 18 people were murdered in Clarendon. 2 killed, 1 injured. In Waterhouse gun attack, 3 men were shot, 2 fatally, during a gun attack outside a sports bar on Barbados Road in Waterhouse, Kingston 11, on Friday night. One of the dead men has been identified as 29-year-old Naeem Smith, a chef from Barbados Road. The other is unidentified. He's of brown complexion, plaited hairstyle, knob earrings in both ears, slim built, about 5 feet 6 inches long, in his early 20s, and clad in a white t-shirt and ash grey 3/4 jeans pants. The injured man is a 53-year-old vendor from Waterhouse. Reports are that around 11:03 p.m., the 3 men were among a group of people gathered at the bar playing domino when a silver Honda Fit motor car drove up. Several men in the vehicle opened fire on the group. The motor car then sped away. The police arrived at the scene shortly after and transported the victims to hospital, where doctors pronounced the 2 men dead and admitted the other. Police seeking Lady Musgrave Road robbers, guns seized. The St. Andrews Central Police are seeking to capture gunmen who crashed into a concrete wall along Lady Musgrave Road following a robbery on Friday morning. The police say they recovered a Smith & Wesson revolver with a magazine containing 2 rounds of ammunition. Reports are that about 4 a.m., lawmen responded to reports of a robbery along the mentioned roadway. Their pursuit was terminated after the armed men driving the motor vehicle crashed into a concrete wall and ran leaving behind the weapon, which was recovered on the floor of the car. Investigations continue. Teen mother and 1-year-old son missing. The police are reporting that a 15-year-old girl and her 1-year-old son from Portmore, St. Catherine, have been missing since Friday morning. The mother's name is Ruth Ann Wilson and her son is Malachi Williston, both from Portmore Park in Bridgeport. Wilson is of dark complexion, slim build, and about 5 feet 3 inches tall, while Malachi is of dark complexion and about 2 feet. The Portmore police said the 2 were last seen at home about 5 a.m. on Friday. Wilson was dressed in a peach dress, while Malachi was wearing a blue, red, and white jumper. The police all efforts to contact them have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Wilson and her son is asked to contact the Portmore police at 876-989-8422, 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. 4 staff members charged with abuse of American boys at boarding school. 4 of the 5 men arrested on Friday during operations in St. Elizabeth in response to allegations of child abuse at the Atlantis Leadership Academy in Treasure Beach have been charged. They are 39-year-old Edison Morris, 51-year-old Courtney Wiggin, 30-year-old O'Dane Maxwell, and Carson Cox, 33. The men have been charged with assault occasioning bodily harm, cruelty to a child, and assault of common law. The 5th suspect is to be placed on an identification parade. All are members of staff at the facility, which advertised itself as a faith-based school serving teens struggling with substance abuse, anxiety disorders, and deviant behavior. The Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit says teams from the St. Elizabeth Police Division carried out operations in Great Bay, Sandybank, and Holland Village, leading to the arrest of the suspects. On February 8, 8 American teenagers who were residents of Atlantis Leadership Academy were removed by the Child Protection and Family Services Agency after signs of abuse and neglect were observed during an unannounced visit. One of the boys, who recently turned 18, returned to the United States since he is now an adult. The remaining boys have been placed in residential child care facilities while the matter is in court. Their second court appearance was on Wednesday. The CPFSA referred the case to the Criminal Investigations Branch for a separate investigation. St. Kitts businessman fined $60,000 for overstaying and other breaches. A national St. Kitts and Nevis who pleaded guilty to overstaying after being caught in a traffic stop last month was fined $60,000 in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday. Corey Aldear, a businessman, also confessed to driving without a driver's license or insurance coverage. Senior Parish Court Judge Desiree Lane presided over the matter. The court heard that Aldear was working as a volunteer for an organization and forgot to regularize his status. He was fined $10,000 or 30 days in prison for overstaying, $30,000 or 10 days in prison for driving without a license, and $20,000 or 10 days imprisonment for having no insurance coverage. The police reported that Aldear was stopped along the Nelson Mandela Highway in St. Catherine on March 30. He failed to produce the requested motor vehicle documents. Investigations later revealed that he was a visitor who should have returned home to St. Kitts and Nevis from June 5, 2023. The Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency was subsequently contacted and he was later charged. Shanika Gray is scheduled to learn fate next Friday. Gregor Roberts, the man convicted of the murder of 15-year-old schoolgirl Shanika Gray in 2017, is to know his fate in a week when the presiding judge is expected to hand down his judgment. Following a two-day hearing in the St. James Circuit Court on Friday afternoon, High Court Justice Bertram Morrison asked the court reporters to allow him to have a printed record of the hearing next Monday, if possible. This will allow the judge time to consider all arguments presented by the defense lawyer Chimio Paris and the prosecutor from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Andrew Martin Swaby. Justice Morrison will then hand down his judgment on April 12 to Roberts. Shanika was a grade 10 student at the time of her death in 2017, was found dead 3 days after she had been reported missing. She was last seen alive in Montego Bay while on her way home from the funeral of a schoolmate. Roberts and his co-accused, Mario Morrison, were later taken into custody in connection with the killing. Morrison pleaded guilty in September 2022 after entering a plea deal with the state and was sentenced to life in prison a month later. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.